What if the safest looking truck on the highway is the most dangerous thing in your city? In this video, we trace how shipments labeled as produce masked cocaine, fentanyl, and meth for years, moving on time, every time. We'll show you the minute-by-minute timeline from a single gunshot on I-65 to a 4:12 a.m. federal signal that unleashed more than 500 agents. You'll see how predictability, not firepower, kept a cartel's pipeline alive, and how a synchronized sweep dismantled it in under 2 hours. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. The mile marker was ordinary, the sound wasn't. One crack, a young man down, and every patrol car in range leans into the shoulder. Andre Bell's name rolls through dispatch, lanes taper, barricades rise. No casing found, no clean trajectory. Just a shock that keeps drivers rubbernecking and parents pulling kids off early buses. In the noise, a different screen lights up. A logistics dashboard that should show chaos, but doesn't. Deliveries keep hitting their windows like nothing happened. While the city stares at the guardrails, analysts run the week's freight feeds. Produce haulers glide through construction, storms, and game day detours with a batting average no one in trucking sustains by luck. The same plates, the same docks, the same minute perfect arrivals. A snow squall snarls half the highway, yet the greens roll in at dawn to the degree. Drivers shift between two carriers that share an address and a registered agent. Dispatch pings match the routes that duck way stations by a sliver of time, as if the road opened just for them. Manifest lines tell one story. The scales tell another. A crate marked lettuce drags like drywall. A home goods load tips gross by a margin you don't hit with espresso machines. Drop slots never slip. If a receiver pushes pickup, the truck circles a county loop and still nails the dock time. That precision isn't talent, it's orchestration. Hidden compartments change the math. False bulkheads, welded belly boxes, insulated voids in reefer walls that keep packages dry and out of sight. Residue swabs clip trace on straps and pallet boards that by rights should only smell like bleach and cardboard. Manifests show goods that match season and region, but the lots repeat, the growers repeat, and the weights don't. Warehouse data throws another flag. Thermal sweeps read cold packs outside and heat islands inside pallets that should be uniform. Forklifts log entries like a metronome. Start, lift, stack, exit, 45 seconds apart all night. Yet cameras drop 7 minutes across 2 bays and 1 corridor, the same 7 on the same shift every week. Maintenance tickets blame firmware, then power, then network segment drift. The fixes arrive in pairs, signed off by 2 different supervisors who never share a shift on paper. On the paperwork side, a name threads through: Black Harbor. Not a yard you can drive to. A label. A family of shell firms that pass checks with predictable grammar. Insurance renewals fold in on the same date. Compliance audits land on Tuesdays after lunch. Signatures stagger by hours to look organic, but the strokes match across companies. Routing templates mirror each other with tiny edits. One exit moved, one way station detour noted. All lawful, all tidy. Shells like this don't win on brilliance. They win on repetition. The cadence points offshore. Freight patterns align with a Venezuelan supplier investigators tag as El Dominion, moving high-purity product along lanes built for produce. On this side, schedules flex around city permits, warehouse inspections, even road patch crews, as if someone with municipal access can slow a stamp or slide a night shift. The trucks get the green wave without asking for it. Then a lab result lands. Swabs pulled from straps and reefer drains hit for cocaine and fentanyl. A pallet spacer peels up to reveal foam that isn't foam. The residue ties back to containers declared as romaine and flat-pack furniture, both routed through the same 2 transload hubs. None of it proves the shot fired the network to life, but the shot forced a sweep of data that exposed a route hiding in plain sight, one that stayed alive by moving on time when the rest of the city didn't. That clockwork is the tell, and when the hands reach 4:12 a.m., the rhythm stops being theirs and starts being ours. The clock flips to 4:12 a.m., and every team lead reads the same line in their earpiece. Go. Days of quiet surveillance end in one synchronized breath. The federal stack is already staged. FBI on the entry lists, DEA on the contraband, HSI on the manifests and cross-border links, with state units filling gaps in perimeter and transport. The targets span warehouses with night crews, offices with thin security, apartments with blacked-out windows, and transit hubs where a late forklift counts as normal. Pre-dawn isn't style, it's doctrine. Doors come fast when the floor is still. Phones sit on nightstands, and the reflex to wipe a drive is slower than a knock. That timing matters because the network counted on routine. Encrypted messages hinted at a fallback plan if one site went dark. Legal delays had taught them confidence. Warrants that stalled, evidence that slipped off the table. The play here is the opposite. Hit all the nodes at once, drain the advantage of warning, and leave no hour for a friend inside to whisper. A distribution center blows on the first hinge. Flash red manifest feeds cut to black as if someone pulled a plug. But they didn't. Data links are seized in place. Across town, a port-adjacent yard locks under floodlights, with access gates jammed shut and outbound tractors blocked by salt trucks standing in for barricades. Financial transfers freeze mid-route. The dollars stop moving with the same precision the trucks once did. Pre-dawn raids reduce resistance and reduce the chance of a data purge. That's why the teams stack early. Why the warrants finalize on a clock that beats the alarm. Data fusion feeds the moves. License plate readers, toll hits, dispatch pings, and bank activity roll into one screen, so entries land together, not in a slow line. Drone overwatch gives angles no ladder gets. Thermal on rooftops, eyes on lanes behind the buildings, and a real-time cue when a runner tries a side door. The details on the ground look like this. A convoy gets boxed on an access road that usually runs empty before sunrise. 2 unmarked SUVs nose to the front. A marked unit seals the tail, and the center vehicle goes nowhere without keys handing over. Inside one trailer, insulated panels sound shallow. A pry bar shows the void, then the bricks, compressed and wrapped, stacked behind the reefer skin. In an office, a ledger lies open with delivery codes that match drop times and short codes that correspond to cash handoffs. Not receipts, signals. The pattern holds across sites. Seizure protocols kick in because sloppiness kills cases. Devices go into Faraday sleeves, labeled with time, location, and custodian. Encrypted phones get isolated, not powered, so keys aren't lost to a bad reboot. Ledgers and manifests box up with photo logs and chain of custody tags. On the floor, hostages come first. Warehouse clears triage by proximity to exits, injury signs, and who's still cuffed to pallet racks. Medical teams slide in once a lane is secure. Names get recorded. No one leaves without a band. No scene closes without a double count. With the routes shattered, the harder part starts. Who made the doors open for 7 years? And how does the city operate when that shield falls?